Okay guys, welcome back to part 3 of this beginning of the City of Lights shawl. So I just wanted to come back and show you one more thing before I let you go on to make the rest of your shawl. Here it is, the City of Lights shawl. Be sure and go to Lion Brand and see their website for this if you have any questions, because I'm not sponsored by Lion Brand, but I do appreciate Jane for asking me about this. So here I am after another eyelet row, and I wanted to show you how to do that because it's not real specific in the diagram, the pattern. Also, the yarn I'm using, I said, was Red Heart Fair Isle, but this is Yarn Bee Fair Isle. I purchased this back during their clearance. Normally it was $5.49 and I got it for $1.37, but this is the Yarn Bee Fair Isle. It's 254 yards and 3.5 ounces. It's 80% acrylic and 20% alpaca, and that's the fuzzy stuff that you see. And they do recommend using a eye hook. This color is the red black multi. I wanted to clarify that because I misspoke in the first video. Okay, now when you're doing this eyelet row and you're going back around, you're going to chain 3. We're going to do repeat row 2, so it's chain 3 and turn, and then they say to chain into double crochet into every stitch. So here's our first one right here below the hook. Right here below the hook is our first stitch. Move that so you can see better. There you go. That's our double crochet. And just like in row 2, so you do not have to chain in between. Double crochet in every stitch. Now, instead of going into the space like that for mine, I prefer to do this in the chain 1. So I yarn over and I go into excuse me, go into that chain 1. Hold on, sorry about that. Okay, so I go right into that chain 1 space to do the double crochet because I feel like it makes it more stable than pulling it this way. And you'll see where when I did it down here, you see more of the top side of those stitches from the row below as you're doing that. It shows more of it. So you could do it either way, but it does not specify that in the pattern. That's why I wanted to come back and show you guys how I do that. So then there's the next stitch right there. Do my double crochet into that. And then again, I do it not in here, but into the stitch itself. Which means when you're doing your stitches, you might want to be a little bit looser with your chain 1s, because it can be a little fiddly. And if you can't get to it, it's no big deal. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to do this all the way till I get to the center, the chain 4 space, and I'll show you what needs to be done here. Okay, now when we get down here to our chain space, we're real close to it. We're down here to these stitches. These did not have, because these are the two trebles here and 2 trebles here from the eyelet row. we're going to go into the tops of those. And there's not one in between them. So it's 2 of those in a row. And then we're going to go in here to the center, do 2 doubles, double crochet, chain 4, double crochet, double crochet. And then on this side, there's no stitch in between them. So we double crochet in that first one. I'm sorry, made that look funny. And then double crochet in the next one. And now we have to do this one in between because this is a chain space here. So there's 2 trebles there, 2 trebles here, and a chain space there. And the stitch. And the chain space. All the way to the other end again. And just remember that again, you have to be sure and put a stitch in both that chain and the top of the other stitch, because if you don't, it won't grow. And we want this to grow on either end at all times going out. And I wanted to also point out that as we go along, it's starting to get more of a curve this way. And that's how it's going to come down and be a collar. Just like that. I hope this helps you guys. I hope that this wasn't too difficult to follow. Be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. I've got lots of good things coming, and I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, again, I say go to the Lion Brands website and send them an email. But I hope that this was helpful in at least getting started. And when you finish, I would love for you to go over to my Facebook page, which is the Fiber Floozie podcast group on Facebook. There'll be links below. And show me a picture of yours. So I'll see you guys later, and have fun today.